Salahuddin Ayyubi, known as Saladin in the Western world, was born in Tikrit, Iraq in 1137. He hailed from a Kurdish family with a strong military background. The Ayyubi dynasty, which he later established, would come to play a significant role in the history of the Islamic world. Salahuddin's early life was shaped by the political and military events of the time. His family had connections with the military, and his uncle, Shirokh, was a general in the service of the Muslim. Under the guidance of his uncle, Salahuddin received military training and gained valuable experience in warfare from a young age. The region was characterized by political turmoil, with various factions vying for power, and Salahuddin's early exposure to military affairs laid the foundation for his later success as a military leader. In 1169, Salahuddin played a crucial role in the removal of the last Fatimid Caliph in Egypt, supporting the rise of the Ayyubi dynasty. This marked the turning point in Salahuddin's career, as he became a key figure in the political landscape of the region. After the death of his uncle Shirokh, Salahuddin continued to rise through the ranks, ultimately becoming a trusted military commander under the Vizier Shawar, who ruled on behalf of the Ayyubi dynasty. Salahuddin's early years in Egypt were marked by both political and military challenges. He navigated the complex political landscape of the time, consolidating power and building alliances. His military prowess and leadership skills became increasingly evident, earning him the respect and trust of those around him. These formative years in Egypt laid the groundwork for Salahuddin's later achievements during the Crusades. His experience in both military and political spheres shaped him into a capable and strategic leader, setting the stage for his rise to prominence and the eventual recapture of Jerusalem in 1187. Salahuddin's early life reflected the tumultuous times in which he lived, and his ability to navigate and overcome challenges played a crucial role in shaping the course of history in the Islamic world. Salahuddin Ayyubi's military career was marked by strategic brilliance, exceptional leadership, and significant victories, most notably during the Crusades. Here is a detailed overview of his military career. As mentioned earlier on, his military career began under the guidance of his uncle, and that's where he gained his early experience in warfare while serving under the Muslim general Shirokh. This early exposure to military affairs laid the foundation for future successes. Salahuddin faced numerous challenges in defending Egypt against external threats, including Crusader invasions and internal conflicts. His strategic acumen and military skills became apparent as he successfully navigated these challenges, consolidating power and maintaining the stability in the region. One of the most significant events in Salahuddin's military career was the Battle of Hattin in 1187. Facing off against the Crusader forces led by King Guy of Lusignan, Salahuddin achieved a decisive victory. The battle culminated in the capture of King Guy and the Holy Cross, significantly weakening the Crusader presence in the region. Following the victory of Hattin, Salahuddin proceeded to besiege and capture Jerusalem in the same year. His approach to the capture of the city demonstrated both military prowess and a sense of chivalry, as he allowed safe passage to non-combatants and showed respect for the defeated Crusader forces. Salahuddin's military campaigns extended beyond Jerusalem, as he sought to consolidate his gains and expand his influence. He conducted successful campaigns into the Levant, securing key cities and fortifications. Salahuddin was not only a skilled military commander, but also a shrewd diplomat. He negotiated various truces with his adversaries, including Richard the Lionheart during the Third Crusade. These diplomatic efforts allowed him to maintain stability in territories under his control. Salahuddin's military career showcased not only his military genius, but also his commitments to principles of justice and fairness, leaving an enduring impact on the history of the Islamic world and the broader context of the Crusades. Salahuddin's victories were characterized by a combination of strategic brilliance, military skill, and a commitment to principles of justice and chivalry. His success in battles like Hattin and the subsequent capture of Jerusalem not only shaped the course of the Crusades, but also solidified his legacy as a revered and respected figure in both Islamic and Western historical narratives. The capture of Jerusalem by Salahuddin Ayyubi in 1187 brought him international acclaim for several reasons, transcending regional and religious boundaries. Here are key factors contributing to the global recognition of Salahuddin's achievement. Salahuddin's recapture of Jerusalem was a significant moment for the Muslim world. Jerusalem had immense religious and cultural importance for Muslims, Christians and Jews. The city's capture symbolized the reunification of Muslim lands and a reversal of the losses suffered during the earlier Crusades. Muslims across various regions saw Salahuddin as a unifying figure who had achieved a monumental victory for the entire Islamic community. His conduct during and after the capture of Jerusalem earned him admiration from both contemporaries and later historians. Despite the intense conflicts, he demonstrated a high degree of chivalry, granted safe passage to civilians and even to defeated Crusader forces, exemplifying a sense of honor and respect for adversaries. His behavior contrasted with the brutality often associated with medieval warfare and contributed to Salahuddin's reputation as a noble and just leader. Salahuddin's military and political leadership during the Crusades garnered attention beyond the Muslim world. European chroniclers, including those from the Crusader states, acknowledged his military prowess and strategic brilliance. Even his adversaries, such as Richard Lionheart, spoke highly of his abilities and leadership. Salahuddin's achievements transcended religious and cultural boundaries, earning him respect on an international level. Salahuddin's commitment to humanitarian principles also contributed to his acclaim. He actively worked to alleviate the suffering of civilians, including providing food and shelter during and after the sieges. His concern for the well-being of all inhabitants, regardless of their religious background, resonated with a sense of justice and compassion that went beyond the immediate military context. The capture of Jerusalem had a profound impact on the Crusader states in the Levant. The loss of such a symbolic and strategically significant city dealt a severe blow to the Crusaders. Salahuddin's success triggered reactions in Europe, leading to the organization of the Third Crusade, further emphasizing the international ramifications of his actions. Salahuddin's reputation endured beyond his lifetime. Both Western and Islamic historical accounts praise his virtues and accomplishments. In Western literature, he became a legendary figure, often depicted as a worthy adversary and in some cases, a symbol of chivalry. In the Islamic world, his legacy as a just and brilliant leader who liberated Jerusalem from Crusader rule persisted, contributing to his enduring fame. To summarize, Salahuddin's capture of Jerusalem brought him international acclaim by symbolizing unity for Muslims, showcasing chivalry and respect for adversaries, earning recognition for his leadership, addressing humanitarian concerns, impacting the Crusader states, and leaving a lasting legacy in both Western and Islamic narratives. Salahuddin Ayyubi passed away on March 4, 1193, in Damascus, Syria. His death marked the end of a remarkable era defined by military achievements and efforts to unite and govern the territories under his control. His death was primarily attributed to an illness. Historical accounts do not provide a precise diagnosis. It is commonly believed that he suffered from a fever of some form or an infection. The nature of the illness and its specific details remain unclear due to limited historical records. Salahuddin died in the city of Damascus, which served as the capital of his Ayyubid dynasty. Damascus was a significant cultural and political center during that period, and Salahuddin had worked to enhance its infrastructure and fortifications during his rule. At the time of his death, Salahuddin had achieved unparalleled success in consolidating Muslim territories, repelling Crusader forces, and fostering a sense of unity among diverse Muslim communities. His capture of Jerusalem in 1187 in particular remains a defining moment in his legacy. Before his death, Salahuddin took measures to ensure a smooth transition of power within his dynasty. He appointed his brother Al-Adil, known as Aladdin among Western sources, as his successor. Al-Adil continued Salahuddin's policies and maintained political stability in the Ayyubid territories after his death. Salahuddin's funeral was a significant event, attended by dignitaries, scholars and people from various walks of life. His body was taken to the Umayyad Mosque in Damascus, where a funeral prayer was performed following Islamic traditions, and he was then buried in the garden of the Umayyad Mosque. His death did not diminish his impact on history. His legacy continued to inspire generations both within the Islamic world and beyond. He became a symbol of resistance, chivalry and just governance, even in Western literature. Salahuddin was often portrayed with respect, showcasing the enduring influence of his character. After Salahuddin's death, the Ayyubid dynasty faced internal and external challenges. While Al-Adil maintained the Ayyubid rule, the dynasty eventually experienced the fragmentation and internal strife. The Mamluks, a military class, would later rise to power in the region. Salahuddin Ayyubi's death marked the end of an era, but his legacy endured through the impact of his achievements and the principles he embodied. His death did not only shape the immediate political landscape, but left a deep mark on the historical and cultural memory of the Islamic world. Beyond his efforts on the battlefield, Salahuddin left a legacy which blanketed every facet of society. Looking beyond his character, Salahuddin had a cultural and literary impact. His legacy wasn't just confined to the historical narratives. His impact would affect numerous works of literature, poetry and art across the Islamic world. Celebrating his achievements and character, his story has been retold in various forms, contributing to the creation of a heroic and inspirational narrative. Salahuddin's influence also contributed to numerous educational institutions, streets and monuments across the Islamic world, and named after Salahuddin Ayyubi, underscoring his significance. The Umayyad Mosque in Damascus, where he is buried, remains a historical site visited by people from around the world. Salahuddin's military strategies, particularly during the Crusades, continue to be studied and analysed by historians. His use of mobile, disciplined forces, combined with strategic planning, has left a lasting impact on the understanding of military tactics. Beyond this, his leadership qualities, including his sense of justice, strategic acumen, and commitment to the welfare of his people, serve as a source of inspiration for leaders in the modern era. His legacy provides a model for principled and effective governance. Salahuddin Ayyubi's legacy is a rich tapestry of military achievements, diplomatic finesse, and a commitment to justice and tolerance. His impact is not confined to a specific time or region, but continues to shape perceptions and inspire people around the world. Salahuddin remains a symbol of resilience, unity, and noble leadership in the depths of history. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next one.